Welcome to the Filmmakers Lounge.
Thank you.
Awesome. So you're a student at UCF?
I was. I graduated about 2 years ago. It was a creative writing major, and I was actually going to school to kind of learn a little bit more about, prose writing because I wanted to be a fiction writer, novelist. But one of the requirements of the program was I had to take a different form, kind of two tracks, and one in addition to fiction. And I saw screenwriting on there. I was like, oh, that looks kind of fun. And 3.5 years later, here I am. So, as you can imagine, screenwriting really struck a chord with me in filmmaking. Yeah.
That was like the only reason why I chose my major in mass comm too, was the screenwriting course. And so, what's your favorite kind of style that you write? Like drama, comedy, horror?
Drama, definitely. I am still kind of trying to find like my specific kind of genre, but I dabble a little bit in sci-fi, fantasy, but I'd say drama is probably pretty consistent.
Awesome. Fantastic. What's some of your works that you've been working on, or are they still untitled?
Nothing that is out there specifically yet. But I've been working on a couple different scripts. Recently, I've been polishing off a Knights of the Round Table script that I very much enjoy. There's one I did recently called New Death. Basically, Death is about 9 months out from retirement and has to train the next person to become Death. And unfortunately, the candidate that's selected is this fun, optimistic person named Sunny. So hijinks ensue, different stuff like that.
Absolutely. You're a fiction writer, so who inspired you to be a fiction writer of all the authors in the world?
I don't really know if it's any one specific influence. Definitely, I think Barbara Kingsliver, The Poisonwood Bible. I read that. I had to read that for class back in high school, and it really struck a chord with me. Jeff Johns wrote I'm huge into comics. And his Green Lantern run really really. I very much enjoyed it, so it got me into that medium. Gendy Tartakovsky a lot more recently. He did Samurai Jack, Primal, on the more animation side of things. Just how he works with very minimal dialogue and makes you care about his characters. It is something very special to me.
Indeed, most definitely. Growing up as a '90s kid, like my favorite superhero for the longest time was Morph from the X-Men cartoon, because it was like Mystique, but it's a dude version for us, so it's pretty awesome. I love Mystique too. I love all you. I'm a comic book geek too, and that's what brings the world together. So, and Green Lantern, I'm glad Ryan Reynolds played him, but he's doing much better as Deadpool.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that film. That film.
I understand. Yeah. So how do you link up with the NG Films and Alea and Brandon and all the good folks over there?
Yeah. So of course, I was fresh out of college. I knew I wanted to be a screenwriter, but my screenwriting professor recommended that I work on some film sets to kind of get a little bit more of an idea of the medium. So I was looking for PA work, and a friend of mine who sadly passed away a couple months ago, he had worked in advertising with And You before, so he kind of recommended that I reach out to them, and as fortune would have it, they needed a little extra help working on Diary of a Wimpy Alien. So I got on set, and I really liked them, and I guess they liked me. So here I am.
Awesome. That's so great. And I've seen Diary of a Wimpy Alien, and we watched the trailer before we did the interview with him at the nOg, and so many views, like millions and millions.
Mm-hmm.
So
It's
well
crazy.
done for the whole team. It's just amazing. Yeah. Talk about going viral. It's pretty awesome.
Yeah, definitely.
Indeed. Yeah, I feel like we should, like, filmmakers helping filmmakers is what it's all about. And, we'll all level up. High tides raise all ships, or whatever they say. Yep.
Yes.
Good stuff. So are you really from Florida?
Yes. I was born in DeLand. I grew up in DeLand, minus about 5 years where I was in North Carolina, but then I came back. So, yeah, DeLand, born and raised, and that's basically where I've stayed so far.
Awesome. That's so neat, because we were talking earlier about DeLand, and then you mentioned North Carolina. Like my buddy Freddie that we talked about, not Kruger, but Penn. He's a singer-songwriter. His background's in Davidson, North Carolina. Anywhere close to there that you know of?
I am not huge in I don't know a lot about geography in North Carolina, but I was around the Asheville area, so I don't really know how close that is to Davidson, but around there.
Good stuff. Asheville has a great comedy festival.
Oh yeah?
There. So, yep. My buddy, a couple of my friends have performed there, so hopefully in due time I'll do that too. Indeed. Good stuff. So, we have, what's your future plans for yourself?
I definitely want to keep working at NU Films. I love the atmosphere. We all get along very well. Ultimately, I would love to, write some shorts, maybe, really down the road, some television. But yeah, that would be my main goal.
Indeed. Yep. And we had Felixs earlier, and so he takes all his artwork and he sells them at conventions, and it funds his film career. So it's like a cool ecosystem. You should link up with them all. Once I put all the interview and stuff together, I'll send you the link and you the link as well, all that good stuff.
Cool, thank you.
You're welcome. So, any favorite movies growing up?
Oh, The Princess Bride. As I've said, comic book fan, so of course there's a lot of comic book movies, that I've enjoyed. I was afraid to watch The Dark Knight for the longest time. Basically, I don't know, how old was I when that movie? I was like 10 years old. My dad went and saw it, and he was like, "It's gonna be a while before you see it." And so for whatever reason, 10-year-old me just was terrified of Heath Ledger's Joker, even though I'd never seen the film. Built it up in my head, I guess, but eventually saw it, and now that's one of my all-time favorites. So it is what it is.
Absolutely. Princess Bride, my favorite. Of course, we were talking about pro wrestling off the record, and Andre the Giant was in it.
Yes.
Yep. So he's like my favorite, one of my favorites. And Hulk Hogan body slammed him. That was pretty nice. Man, I bet he's a gentle giant. But I've seen documentaries and everything, like biographies, and he can drink a lot of beer.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
I believe it.
Indeed. Speaking of beers, you should buy some at the nOg Irish Pub in Daytona Beach. Those are the owners, bartender, and all that good stuff. Yep. Good stuff. And it comes back full circle, and how where Brendan and LA, we interviewed them at the nOg, so it's fantastic. And that's where all that good stuff. The Dark Knight, you were mentioning, poor Heath Ledger, but man, what's his name? Christian Bale. Yep, he's a great actor. Man, he can just morph his body like something else.
Yeah.
From like The Machinist to American Psycho.
Vice.
Yep. What are those kind of actors?
Method.
Method actors. Yep. I should know because I love the Wu-Tang Clan and Method Man's in the group. I know, nerd alert. Indeed. Good stuff. So we have about 30 seconds left. So anything you'd like to plug before we go off air?
Just, check out NU Films on our Instagram, YouTube channel. I run the Instagram account, so, just give us a follow, and, we guarantee you'll laugh at least 3 times in every video.
Absolutely. I'll make sure to put all this, your social media info at the bottom of the description box, and all that good stuff, so people can just click and like and follow, subscribe, and all that good stuff for you. Awesome. Thank you so much for being my guest.